So I'm feeling very called to once again reinvent myself, and as part of that reinvention, to start doing videos. And this is something that people have been suggesting for some time, but I just didn't feel ready until now. And I'm this afternoon in particular feeling a really strong, feeling of I'm ready to take action. And I've been stuck in this place of not really knowing what that next action really was, and sometimes we can fumble through it, which I've been doing a little bit of, and then you're like, okay, well that's kind of right, but I also sort of need to course correct. And today finally I woke up with this download of everything that really is coming in terms of the structure of it. And it really reminds me of this experience I had many years ago when I had the epiphany to be an actress, to become an actress, and it was completely out of left field. My revelations of reinvention this time are not out of left field by any means. That one was. And I woke up on one day, it was 2005, May 4th, and something just felt a little different. That's it. And then I went to work, and then May 5th I woke up and something was a little different, a little more different, a little more clearly different. Whatever, I went to work, and May 6th, out of dead sleep, no embellishment, I sat straight up out of bed, straight up out of sleep. Not like kind of came out of sleep, but like straight up out of sleep, sat up and said out loud to an empty room, "Oh my God, I want to be an actress." And there was this elation that was beyond anything I had experienced before, and so much so that I thought I was going crazy. I actually thought I was going crazy. At the time, I thought, maybe there's something to this whole astrology thing after all, because this is just what is going on right now. And the point of me sharing the story is that I'm feeling something a little bit similar to then, but the process is the same. And the epiphany was so extraordinary. I was so expanded. I was so elated. I felt, descriptively, it really felt like I was like almost walking an inch off of the ground. Like I wasn't grounded at that point. And in thinking that I was going a little crazy, I decided that I would wait 2 weeks. And if at the end of that I felt the same way, I would then start telling people. And then I did. And after telling people that I wanted to now go into being, do acting, of which there was mixed reception. Some people were like, and some people were like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. My parents were really supportive. But that said, then it really began. And the elation lasted for about a month and a half. And maybe a little less, because then I enrolled myself in acting classes, and I hadn't acted in about 10 years. And I had acquired a fair amount of baggage, or at least I should say, a lot of emotional experiences in those 10 years of my 20s. And so I found it to be extraordinarily challenging. But the point is that I had to take a step forward, and the moment I took a step forward, it started to get grounded. It wasn't that it always had to be hard, but I had to work outside of my comfort zone. I had to move so far out of my comfort zone. And so I'm experiencing something quite similar, and that is simply that I had the epiphanies to what is supposed to come, and yet what there was to do first was to take a step forward in grounded action, and step outside my comfort zone once again. And so, you may be in any similar place of, maybe you're in a place of complacency, to some degree, like I have been. I've been very comfortable. I'm in a very comfortable situation in my life right now. And to step forward and to kind of cut through that and move through that, it takes action. And this is by no means whatsoever, if I just really want to support a few of you that I know are experiencing like you should be taking action, but it's your ego mind telling you that you should be taking action, and rather what really one should be doing is just resting and taking care of yourself. And sometimes really resting is the step forward. And really it's just about a lack of complacency, even in rest can be sort of an active rest. It's really, we're taking care of ourselves. Something is still happening whilst we're in rest. So as I move forward into my own reinvention and expansion, if there's anything about that inspires you as well to take any action forward, no matter how small, mine is simply to record a video and post it, incidentally. Post it. Actually, my first action was to redo my website, and I've been doing that over the past few days. Actually, that was the first step. So, just one more piece of encouragement is what I have discovered for myself in my trainings is that it usually takes a little bit. So there's like one action and it's just a baby step, and it sometimes doesn't even feel like it's going anywhere. And then you take another action, that's another baby step, and sometimes that doesn't feel like it's going anywhere, and you take another step and that's another baby action. And then maybe you get the call to just to go back to rest again, which is what I did. And then within a few days, it was, now here's the next action. And I don't know what tomorrow will bring. It doesn't really even matter. But it's simply, moving forward doesn't always have to look like a really big deal. It's just, we pull ourselves out of the mire of complacency. And then that's really what it's ultimately about. So if you're complacent, where can we each pull ourselves out of complacency, and just remember that rest and complacency are not the same thing. Give yourself plenty of rest. If you're not feeling called to action, don't. And if you know that you probably could put a step forward in some direction, then do. With love, thank you for listening and for participating in my very, very, very first ever public video by watching. And if you want to go sign up for more of these or any of the newsletters and writings that I have been also practicing, you can go to my website at ariaraphael.com and you can sign up there. Okay.